Major sociocultural and ethnic organizations yesterday took sides with former President Olusegun Obasanjo on his call for urgent restructuring of Nigeria's security architecture amid rising wave of insecurity in the country. Groups that endorse his position include umbrella body of Igbo sociocultural organizations Ohaneze Ndị Igbo and Pan-Yoruba sociopolitical organization Afenifere. Apart from security, the groups also called for restructuring of the country. On its part, the opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP) said Obasanjo's position vindicates his stand for the removal of security chiefs. The former president made the call at the 2020 Sobo Showememo annual lecture in Abeokuta last Friday. Obasanjo is right. Afenifere backs Obasanjo's position on restructuring, saying it remained the only saving grace for the country. So guys, this whole thing, we know the position of Afenifere, we know the position of a Pandev, Ohaneze, Middle Belt Forum, and I don't know about Arewa. I don't know. I've not really been hearing them strongly about restructuring. All they have been talking about is the presidency. The presidency should remain in the north. But when Obasanjo said this, of course, we know people who have been talking about this restructuring, these sociocultural groups. They've been saying that times without number, times without for God knows when, how long they've been saying it. But what do we have? Who are the people that will initiate this? Because during the Goodluck Jonathan time, the PDP, they tried to have a confab whatever. But some people will tell you, oh, the makeup of that conference was not right, that some people were just selected. What do we really want? I don't just understand. Everything we will always castigate. The confab or the conference meeting was held so that people will bring that report. But at the end of the day, the whether it is the same thing with this Ora Sonye report, now this present administration, they've dusted it again. We are not hearing it again. For past 2 months now, they've been talking about it, that they want to look into it. They will be able to pick the one they can pick and discard the one they can discard. The same thing when the issue of this restructuring came up, they form a committee that they are going to look at it. El-Rufai was the chairman of that committee. Till today, it's more than a year now. It's going to 2 years. Till today, we didn't hear anything. When they feel that the heat is coming too much, they will now go and bring such reports. These are around some year of 18. I don't know when and how long they are going to study it for them to take what they need to take and discard what they need to discard. We are going to be on it again in 2023. The one Nigeria you are talking about is not even working. Everybody is complaining. If you are doing it right, I see no reason why people will even be agitating for one thing or the other. Like we have been saying, there's nothing, I don't just understand. Honestly, it's really tiring. In my opinion, it's really tiring. Which one do you want to, which one do you belong to? What they belong to, the one they want is just for few individuals to be making the country, and they'll be transferring the money within the few. That is what they want. Good governance, they are not talking about good governance. Restructuring, the separation, breakup, they don't want all of those things. They want Nigeria, yes, they still don't want. These people are talking about one Nigeria. They don't want one Nigeria. That is why people are complaining. Because if they want this one Nigeria, they would have done the needful. And you see that nobody will complain. The same one Nigeria, the same people who are clamoring for one Nigeria, they don't see that one Nigeria. There's something else they are practicing. Because if you are practicing that one Nigeria, nobody will be talking about other things again. So what they want, the people who are clamoring for one Nigeria, what they want is just for few individuals to be making the economy of this country. That's it. Share the wealth among themselves. Sharing the wealth among themselves. That is just what they want. They don't even want this one Nigeria that we are talking about. I think it is noble for one to read to understand and not just read to respond as regards any post. Also, addressing the issue with wisdom and understanding is paramount to attacking the personality of the source of the message. A good person can give bad advice. Likewise, a bad person can give good advice. Let's learn to address a post according to its content and presentation without sentiments. Of course, that's good. Thank you very much. May you live long for saying that. The only way is to forget the past and think anything about the future and think about the future and correct the mistakes and ask for forgiveness and change way. Who is going to initiate that? It will be a good thing. Who is going to initiate that? That's the problem we are having. I beg, Igbo should be very careful with them. Should be careful with them because no one can believe or trust them again. Please, trust who? I don't understand. How come Obasanjo being right now but wrong when he was in power? Indeed, Obasanjo is a disgrace to the entire black race. Looters, you didn't see any reason for 16 years. You people and your endemic party PDP were looting Nigeria, spending 16 billion naira for power with no power. All road contracts embezzled, aviation, health, education, signed agreements with doctors, labor and ASU, pensioners and so on, and didn't pay, looted all the money, killed our refineries. You didn't think of all this useless advice you are giving now. Thieves and endemic looters. That's what somebody is saying here. And we have people who are responding to this statement. Someone says, you are too myopic. Then what is your point now? Forget what happened yesterday. You also forgot OBJ was the president when all our debts were relieved by World Bank and Paris Club. Enemy of the people, that is what you are and your APC are. In Obasanjo resume, there was equality and justice. There was equity and justice. There was no Boko Haram Islamic terrorists, no Fulani Muslim terrorists, no Islamic bandits. The present Fulani Muslim government institutes terrorism to wipe out Christians in Nigeria. Why talk about insecurity only? It all started during PDP, and during his time, there was peace in Libya. Bandits, etc. are offshoots of defeat of ICC and the collapse of Libya. So if he was around today, he would face the same challenges. Now let's talk about provision of infrastructure in Nigeria. He got debt relief, so was not paying any loan. So can you point at this performance on infrastructural development, roads, power, and all of that? It was a failure. That is somebody's opinion concerning that. With all this respect, sir, you have said the truth, but you refuse to do the needful when you have the golden opportunity to write your name in the gold like Mandela. You can't sacrifice yourself while others had but never celebrated. You are not an advocate of revolution, but of peace. As an elder who know our problems in and out, sir, you are not justified. Please allow a sleeping dog to rest and we have seen and know the truth. The Lord will deliver Nigeria in Jesus' name. With all due respect, sir. Okay, person is still saying the same thing here. Not security restructuring, but political restructuring. Don't be deceived by OBJ. Is one of the Nigeria's problems. Until OBJ, Gowon, Buhari, Babangida, and Abu Salem leave the scene, Nigeria will remain in obscurity. Obasanjo said he was not ready to sacrifice his life for Nigeria, meaning if he attempted to do the right thing when he was in power, the power that be will kill him. But the truth remains that Nigeria must be restructured to avoid war or break away. Let's learn to forgive ourselves in order to move forward. Who are the people that will initiate this peace that we are talking about? Who are the people that will initiate this? I don't understand. Does it mean that the people who are being elected, they are not even the real leaders? We have some hidden leaders at the background. I don't understand, because if this kind of statement is coming that, oh, if you do this, you can't sacrifice yourself. What does that tell us? Why didn't he do it when he was in power? For Nigeria to get the right solutions, we first of all need to devote our time to prayers, and we all must learn to forgive and forget one another. So does it mean we've not been praying before? The ravaged economic situation in Nigeria was a collective responsibility of regions, all tribes and all religious beliefs. Reviewing our mistakes would not solve but compound our problems the more. If we talk of restructuring, how many times and how many leaders are we going to fault with all their filthy policies? Let us think positive and forget those that ruled with intended mind of enriching themselves along with their siblings and their immediate loved ones. They should, while as it asked Obasanjo, why will 11 years as president he never did anything about this, or were his eyes covered and the veil recently removed? Are the problems we are facing new? They were not there. They were not there throughout the 16 years of PDP. Were they not there? But the question now is that, okay, they have made mistake now. So the same thing they are still going to be asking Buhari if after 2023. Now we now know the problem. Okay, Obasanjo made a mistake. Oh, Yaradua didn't do right. Oh, what is this man's name? Goodluck Jonathan, oh, he failed the country. Now, what do we now do? Because all of them were PDP. Now we have APC. Then what do we now do? What is now the way forward? People who are condemning these people. Yes, let's agree. Obasanjo didn't do well. Oh, he didn't do the right thing when he was there. Now he's now speaking. But what he's saying is the truth. Then, since he didn't do it, the people with who really have the interest of the country at heart, the people who are patriotic, because let's assume these other people, they were not patriotic. Now we have people who say they are patriotic, they have integrity. Then what are we going to do? Are we still going to be dwelling on the same mistakes? I don't understand what people are saying now, because you are just condemning. Then what is the way forward? Agree with, they've made mistake. Then what do you have to tell the present government so that they will not make such mistake? Because they are making the mistake already. They've spent how many years? 2015, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This is the sixth year. This is the sixth year. And how many years to go now? Whether 2 years again, or at most 3 years, if at all. 2 years or 2.5 years. And nothing is being said or done concerning the restructuring. They will still do their own. They will go. Before you know, the people who are playing major role in this government, that by that time, maybe they will not be part of the government. They will not start speaking. You see, they will start speaking at that time. So I don't know what we really want. Then what is the way forward? That is the question. That is what we need to talk about. Let's agree that the people who have ruled before, they didn't do better. They didn't do well. They failed. Then what is the way forward? How do we move forward from this junction, at this junction that we are? So guys, let's hear your opinion. Respectfully leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you.